Spoiler warning. I'll be talking about the second episode of Jujutsu Kaisen Season 2 in this video. If you haven't seen the episode yet, then I suggest you watch it first and then come back here, okay? Okay. So the episode starts out at the aftermath of last episode's battle, and I'm kinda sad we didn't get to see how they beat these guys, but considering this arc will only be 5 episodes, then I really can't complain. I love this pose Gojo makes in this picture where we see the supposedly strong buyer from the group Q, who is now completely beaten by him. We then see Toji, Fushiguro, and a mediator having a conversation about killing the star plasma vessel, and I love how Fushiguro actually doesn't charge us right in, knowing Gojo Satoru is there. Like, his plan is to make sure Gojo would be exhausted from fighting other sorcerers, as he would put up a bounty for Riko, which, after that's done, he would then show up and try to fight the now weakened Gojo and kill Riko. We also learn from the mediator that Toji is a sorcerer killer, making him sound more menacing as he already is. Then he just asks him how Megumi is doing, and I just love how he tilts his head in confusion and pauses for a few seconds to ask who that person is. Oh, and just so you're wondering, this is Megumi's dad. Then after the opening finishes, we cut back to the apartment as Gojo princess carries the now unconscious Riko, while he and Geto talk about how they wish they knew how to do reverse curse energy just like Shoko. I swear, anything Shoko says is just so adorable. I just really love her vibe so much. And then seeing smoke coming out from Geto's head and a pissed Gojo Satoru as Shoko tells them they got no sense for it really made me chuckle there. And a few seconds later, Riko wakes up. And I just love the brief silence as she first sees Gojo and her own self reflecting in his glasses, followed up by a complete slap. Oh my god. I think I'm going to love Riko's character. It makes sense that Geto would be the one to tell Riko to calm down, and it also makes sense that she would act this way considering she was just attacked recently and was unconscious the entire fight, so her actions here are valid. This entire scene. As Kuroi enters the room riding a curse, I just love how she calls Geto Bangs, then we just see his reaction telling them to please stop calling him that. I just love moments like these. And whether or not she's acting tough here, Riko seems to be very proud to be assimilated with Tengen later, as she goes on and on about how it's an honor to be the chosen vessel. And I seriously love Gojo and Geto's friendship so much as they clearly ignore her and even mock her until she remembers that she's late for school. Gojo then contacts the principal as they are now given orders to follow and fulfill all of Riko's demands, as Geto tells Gojo on Riko's position that once the assimilation is complete, she won't be able to see her friends and family again or do things she wanted to do, telling Gojo to let her do whatever she wants until her last day. Then we get a wholesome and sweet moment as Geto tells Kuroi that she is her family, as she just explained to them that Kuroi's parents died at a young age and that she has been watching over her since she is a child. Gojo then asks Geto on the curses he sent to watch over her, as he then says that he wishes he could share his senses with them like what Mei could do with crows, as seen in the first season of Jujutsu Kaisen. Then as they continue talking, Geto becomes silent as he tells Gojo to hurry up to Riko's side immediately, as he then says that 2 of his curses were exercised. We then cut to the mediator and what seems to be him uploading the bounty on the net, as we go back to the 3 searching for Riko as they split up to search more ground. We then cut to Toji eating takoyaki at a normal shop as he discusses his plans with the mediator. I also love how he just bumps into the guy dropping the ramen and he even steps on it too. Like, what a bad guy. And continues to mind his own business and talk about his plans. Then we get back to Geto as he encounters one of the sorcerers who are after the bounty, and one that summons Shikigami. Not exactly the same as his, but sorta. I love this brief moment here because as his attacker is more experienced, we think Geto is the type who would let the Shikigami do the fighting, and when in close combat, they'll have the upper hand only for Geto to prove him wrong and beat the living crap out of him, even making him experience his life flashing before his eyes. It's awesome and quick, but it fully shows us how much of a badass Geto is as a sorcerer. Gojo then enters the church as to be expected. All the girls in the room freak out and are just in love at him. I love how they all turn into chibis too, and it's even more hilarious as Gojo enjoys this and poses for them. Even the teacher gets in and gives him her number. As they make their getaway, we see Kuroi getting some action, taking down another sorcerer with her mop. Don't mess with the mop. Not before Geto arrives and pins down the sorcerer as he then melts, revealing to them that that wasn't the main body at all. We then see multiple versions of the same sorcerer Kuroi and Geto took down a few seconds ago, now surrounding Gojo and Riko. This scene here was pretty awesome. Seeing Gojo beat this sorcerer around and have him running for his money is pretty satisfying to watch. The animation goes hard, Gojo being a badass as usual, and we actually see him here still not being able to perfect his reverse curse technique Red. I think this is the first time that we actually get an explanation about Gojo's technique as to why he is the strongest sorcerer, and it's thanks to his 6 eyes and the limitless technique. Also, just seeing Riko looking shocked from the entire fight was pretty adorable. Also, this scene has to be my favorite in this episode. Just Gojo telling Riko to protect her head as he bursts into the building, like one of the most coolest scenes in the episode so far, followed by the adorable reaction Riko does like, "God damn, she's so cute." He then punches the sorcerer out cold as everything around them just reverts back to gravity and falls down, as Riko then receives a message as it turns out that Kuroi has been kidnapped and is now taken hostage. And the episode ends there. What an amazing episode this was. We get to meet Riko and Kuroi, see Toji making his move, get some nice action from Geto and Gojo, even from Kuroi. I just cannot wait for the 3rd episode next week. So until then, that's all for today. Thanks for watching, and I'll be seeing you guys in the next video. See ya!